speaking specifically about publishing Xbox Live titles for Windows Phone, developers have the option of signing up with Microsoft as their publisher, or otherwise their game needs to be published by an established third-party publisher. It sounds like it's a little difficult to get your game on Xbox Windows Phone and retain control of the brand. Is that something that can change over time? Is that just the way things have to be?
Well, so Xbox Live is a set of services and offerings that Microsoft has historically driven a certain level of quality and experience around. But in no way does that prevent developers from creating great games and great experiences outside the scope of what's Xbox Live. A lot of the great titles we announced today are not Xbox Live titles. So we think we've got a great platform that enables a lot of freedom and opportunity across a wide range of different types of business models and offerings. So Xbox Live is just one offering that we provide, and certainly there are it's a relationship that people engage in order to deliver a title, and we work with our compatriots over in Xbox, and providing those sets of services to folks who become part of that program. But it's a program like any other program. There's rules and guidelines around how people engage in it.
When Windows Phone 7 launched, it seems that Microsoft viewed the Xbox features as kind of a key selling point for Windows Phone. Basically, its main differentiator, I would even say. However, we've increasingly seen this shift towards promoting the independent titles, or just non-Xbox titles. So, why exactly that shift?
I don't know that I'd agree that it was like a primary differentiator. It was certainly something we talked about. I mean, there's no question about that. That was something that we brought to the table. But from the very beginning, we've been talking about the phone as being a very personal phone, focused on delivering people a set of experiences tailored towards what they're interested in doing personal, in a way that other phones aren't in some respects. And so, the benefits, the features and benefits that you get as a result of being Xbox Live, some of those play to those personnel features and benefits that people like. The ability to use their own avatar, the ability to use, maintain their gamer score and so forth. Those are important things, don't get me wrong. But we've always been about enabling as broad a set of developers as possible along the widest set of business models possible too. So it's for us, we're very, very focused on the developer. And Xbox Live is but one way, one program that we have to help developers do things that they might not otherwise be able to do. Certainly there are rules around how you engage in Xbox Live. I mean, that's how you deliver a program. You have guidelines and you offer a set of services, and that's how it's delivered. But a lot of people are doing the exact same thing with many other services too. So,
Xbox Windows Phone games have the ability to store their save files in the cloud. Like that's something that is available to Xbox games for any platform, cloud storage. Sort of a key problem to avid Windows Phone gamers is that there is no way in almost all games to back up or transfer your save data. So if you move devices or just delete a game, then you lose your progress. Now, Xbox Live games, they can use cloud support, but very few actually do. It's almost as if the developers aren't aware that that option is available to them.
There's a wide range of different features Xbox developers can use, and some of which they do and some of which they don't. And cloud storage is actually a pretty complex problem. If you think about it, it's a synchronization issue in some respects, and sync is one of the most complicated problems in modern computer programming. It's making sure that everything's in sync across multiple devices. When we look at any software development challenge, it's always a balancing act around all the interests in order to create the greatest game for the greatest number of people. And so there's always you can't do everything, right? You have to narrow the scope of what you provide. From a platform perspective, it's even more complicated because we provide developer features with the hope of exposing functionality, empowering people to do things. But we also have to look at what type of applications and games are we enabling across what scope and for the greatest benefit, while at the same time mitigating the risks of impacting the platform all up. Because you've got, every time you open up new APIs, you add risks, you add challenges, you add potential for issues. So adding the ability to save things in the cloud, like people can do this today. anybody can go sign up for a free trial Azure account and set up a service that they want to do this type of functionality if they want to do it. Doesn't mean it's easy. It's actually quite challenging for most folks. People focused on game development on the device in many cases aren't the same people who understand building server applications to do a lot of this type of functionality. So that's why services like Xbox Live become important. There's lots of opportunity here for people to expand and grow, but we focused on first making sure that we have a platform that enables middleware partners like Unity, Havoc, and Marmalade. There are things that we think we need to do in order to meet a baseline, and those become the prioritized things that we deliver on first. So right now, in this release with Windows Phone 8, it was about enabling native C++ development. That was critical importance for us because we knew, and in fact, if you look at our presence here at GDC this year, it's much, much more engaged than we have been in previous years for phone, because we know that we finally have a platform that is here. It's ready for the majority of game developers to come to, and it's very easy for them to do so, we think. So that's a little indicia of how we prioritize things. That's why maybe we haven't focused on some of these more accelerated things down the line that we know are important as well. But that doesn't mean we won't, or that we aren't thinking about that too.
Then retaining ownership of save files, independently of the game is something that's being considered.
We always consider a wide range of things. I mean, there are a lot of different types of platform features out there that we know are important, and we continually look at all of them in order to assess how are we going to go address this problem of giving game developers the most power possible without impacting the platform, at the same time deliver a compelling product on a reasonable time frame. So it's like a mess of factors that come into the whole software developer lifecycle, right?
Well, let me give you another feature wish list question.
Sure.
Windows Phone is the only smartphone platform that does not allow users to independently control app volume and ringer volume. Like, it's one shared control. Even Windows Mobile, prior to Windows Phone, supported this feature, and all the other platforms support it. So is that ever going to come to Windows Phone? Independent volume control, as we call it.
I don't know the details on that. We'll have to...
Please make it happen.
We'll make a note.
We'll take a note.
If we knew, I'm not sure we could say anyway.
Yeah.
Another thing I've been concerned about is the Xbox Live certification process across all Microsoft products, but especially with regards to Windows Phone and Windows 8, because I'm sure you guys are aware that phones and tablets are the most agile market compared to consoles, for instance. And the Xbox Live certification system, while it has many benefits, it is also designed around console type practices, and it is by far the slowest approval process of anything. So is that going to change over time? Is there hope for that, making Xbox Live certification easier on developers?
Well, I can talk from a phone perspective. We're very, very, very focused on reducing friction for developers. And everywhere that requires more reduction, we're looking at.
Microsoft's biggest gaming brand, Halo, when are we going to see a Halo game on Windows Phone? Is that ever going to happen?
Nothing to announce today. We certainly want to bring every exciting title we can to phone. But
okay, well, thank you guys very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.